Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushai, Bahasham Rechak Wadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. And today we're going to go into the book of Judges, the 20th chapter. And as we went through in the 19th chapter, the horrendous act by those sons of Belial in the tribe of Benjamin, warranting this this message or this gathering by the tribes of Israel, which we'll see here in Judges the 20th chapter. Then all the children of Israel went out, and the congregation was gathered together as one man. So in other words, they came together as one. From Dan even to Beersheba, with the land of Gilead, so even those on the east of the Jordan, onto the land of Mizpah. And the chief of all the people, even of all the tribes of Israel, presented themselves in the assembly of the people of God, 400,000 footmen that drew sword. So the total, let's say, fighting army or standing army of Israel, excluding Benjamin here, were 400,000 footmen. Now the children of Benjamin heard that the children of Israel were gone up to Mizpah. Then said the children of Israel, "Tell us, how was this wickedness?" So they asked the Levite to explain, how did this happen? And the Levite, the husband of the woman that was slain, answered and said, "I came into Gibeah that belongeth to Benjamin, I and my concubine, to lodge. And the men of Gibeah rose against me, and beset the house round about upon me by night, and thought to have slain me, and my concubine they have forced, that she is dead." So they basically, abused her, right, till she died. "Then I took my concubine, and cut her in pieces, and sent her throughout all the country of the inheritance of Israel," so throughout all the lands of Israel, "for they have committed lewdness and folly in Israel. Behold, ye are all children of Israel, give here your advice and counsel." And all the people arose as one man, saying, "We will not any of us go to his tent, neither will we any of us turn into his house." So upon hearing this matter, ain't none of us leaving here until this is basically settled. "But now this shall be the thing wherewith we will do to Gibeah. We will go up by lot against it." So we're going to cast a lot to see which tribe is going to go against it. "And we will take 10 men of 100 throughout all the tribes of Israel, and 100 of 1,000, and 1,000 of 10,000. And this is a way of just saying a tenth of the people, right? Because 10 out of 100 is a tenth, 100 out of 1,000 is a tenth, and 1,000 out of 10,000 is a tenth. So it's just saying a tenth of the people are going to be assigned to fetch victual for the people. So they're going to be assigned of providing food that they may do when they come to Gibeah of Benjamin, according to all the folly that they have wrought in Israel. So they're going to provide basically supplies for the people so they can be ready when they go to face Benjamin. "So all the men of Israel were gathered against the city, knit together as one man." So they were all on one accord. That's why it says as one man. "And the tribes of Israel sent men through all the tribe of Benjamin, saying, What wickedness is this that is done among you? Now therefore deliver us the men, the children of Belial, which are in Gibeah, that we may put them to death, and put away evil from Israel." But the children of Benjamin would not hearken to the voice of their brethren, the children of Israel. So they basically they weren't trying to hear that. They refused to bring those sons of Belial that did this. "But the children of Benjamin gathered themselves together out of the cities of Gibeah to go out to battle against the children of Israel." So instead, they made ready to war with them. "And the children of Benjamin were numbered at that time out of the cities 26,000 men that drew sword. beside the inhabitants of Gibeah, which were numbered 700 chosen men. So not including these 700 special men from Gibeah, Benjamin had about 26,000 men, warriors. Among all this people, there were 700 chosen men, left-handed. Everyone could sling stones at an hairbreadth and not miss. And what that means is they had pinpoint accuracy. The term pinpoint, like the point of a pin, with how tiny it is, it means that your accuracy is very precise. So here they could aim at a strand of an hair and not miss. That's how good they were. And the men of Israel, beside Benjamin, were numbered 400,000 men that drew sword. All these were men of war. So you have Benjamin with 26,000 beside the 700, and you had the men of Israel with 400,000. And the children of Israel arose and went up to the house of God, and asked counsel of God, and said, which of us shall go up first to the battle against the children of Benjamin? And the Lord Yahweh said, Judah shall go up first. And the children of Israel rose up in the morning and encamped against Gibeah. And the men of Israel went out to battle against Benjamin, and the men of Israel put themselves in array to fight against them at Gibeah. So they brought their armies, they set them up facing Gibeah, they were ready to go to war. And the children of Benjamin came forth out of Gibeah, and destroyed down to the ground of the Israelites that day 22,000. So they ended up coming out, and they ended up taking out 22,000 men of the rest of the tribes, when they came to war against them. And the people, the men of Israel, encouraged themselves and set their battle again in array in the place where they put themselves in array the first day. So, meaning that, and this is after the events of verse 23, but they basically, pep talked each other, right? Encourage each other again to continue to fight against Benjamin the next day. And the children of Israel went up and wept before the Lord Yahweh until even, and asked counsel of the Lord, saying, shall I go up again to battle against the children of Benjamin my brother? And the Lord said, go up against him. So they went the first time. The Benjamites beat them. They came back, they wept unto the Lord, and they asked, should we go again? The Lord said, go again. And so that's why they encouraged themselves and set themselves in array the second time. And the children of Israel came near against the children of Benjamin the second day. And Benjamin went forth against them out of Gibeah the second day, and destroyed down to the ground of the children of Israel again 18,000 men. All these drew the sword. Then all the children of Israel and all the people went up and came unto the house of God, and wept, and sat there before the Lord, and fasted there until even, and offered burnt offerings and peace offerings before the Lord. So now Israel is distressed, saying, Lord, what's going on here? They're the ones who have done wickedness, and you told us to go and war against them. Why do we keep losing? And the children of Israel inquired of the Lord, for the ark of the covenant of God was there in those days. And Phinehas, the son of Eleazar, the son of Aaron, stood before it in those days. So the children of Israel inquired, saying, shall I yet again go out to battle against the children of Benjamin my brother, or shall I cease? And the Lord said, go up, for tomorrow I will deliver them into thine hand. So go back and fight with them again, but this time you win. And Israel set liers in wait round about Gibeah, which are like an ambush. So they had men hidden around Gibeah. And the children of Israel went up against the children of Benjamin on the third day, and put themselves in array against Gibeah as at other times. So just like the two times before, they once again, basically got into the same formation as before. And the children of Benjamin went out against the people, and were drawn away from the city. And they began to smite of the people, and kill, as at other times, in the highways, of which one goeth up to the house of God, and the other to Gibeah in the field, about 30 men of Israel. So this time when they went to war, once again, Benjamin comes out against them. They get about 30 of them, right, chasing them to the highways. Then apparently this is a highway, based on what is written, that had paths that one went up towards Bethel, and one went towards the other way to Gibeah. And the children of Benjamin said, they are smitten down before us, as at the first. So just like before, they're taking the L. But the children of Israel said, let us flee, and draw them from the city onto the highways. So the Benjamites thought that, oh, we're beating them just like we did before. Let's keep pursuing them. They didn't realize that this was a plan that the children of Israel were using to draw them, further away from the city, or as it says, onto the highways. And all the men of Israel rose up out of their place, and put themselves in array at Baal Tamar. And the liers in wait of Israel came forth out of their places, even out of the meadows of Gibeah. So at that point, the ambush, those that were in ambush, came out from hiding. And there came against Gibeah 10,000 chosen men out of all Israel, and the battle was sore, but they knew not that evil was near them. So you had Israel fighting against Benjamin, and Benjamin didn't realize at this point what the plan that was set up against them. That's what it means by that evil was near them. And the Lord Yahweh smote Benjamin before Israel, and the children of Israel destroyed of the Benjamites that day 25,000, and 100 men, and all these drew the sword. So the children of Benjamin saw that they were smitten, for the men of Israel gave place to the Benjamites, meaning they allowed them to be chased right out of the city, out of Gibeah, because they trusted onto their liars in wait, which they had set beside Gibeah. So they were doing this similar to what Joshua did, right? But they were doing this to give space and time for those that were in ambush or lying in wait. And the liars in wait hasted and rushed upon Gibeah, and the liars in wait drew themselves along and smote all the city with the edge of the sword. So having drawn the warriors out the city to chase Israel, those that were that were surrounding came out and ran up into the city, and then they started getting to work. Now there was an appointed sign between the men of Israel and the liars in wait, that they should make a great flame with smoke rise up out of the city. So that was their signal, that once you take the city, light it up, light it up so we can see the smoke. And when the men of Israel retired in the battle, so as they made it look like they were retreating, Benjamin began to smite and kill of the men of Israel about 30 persons. For they said, surely they are smitten down before us, as in the first battle. So, this is just a repeat of before. Keep chasing them. But when the flame began to rise up out of the city with a pillar of smoke, the Benjamites looked behind them, and behold, the flame of the city ascended up to heaven. They said, oh, shoot. And when the men of Israel turned again, the men of Benjamin were amazed. So now they turn around, they see the fire, the smoke from their city, and then they see that the Israelites the army of Israel that was retreating has now basically stopped and turned to come against them. So they were shocked. Oh, shoot. For they saw that evil was come upon them. So at that point, they realized, oh, we just fell for a trap. Therefore, they turned their backs before the men of Israel onto the way of the wilderness. So they turned to flee. But the battle overtook them, and them which came out of the cities they destroyed in the midst of them. So those that try to flee out the cities, they caught them and they slew them. Those that try to flee from the battle, they got overtaken and they were also slain. Thus they enclosed the Benjamites round about. Because now you couldn't go anywhere, right? You try to run away from the city, you had the army of Israel there. You try to run back towards the city, you had the those that were lying in wait that had surrounded them, and so they were just caught up in the middle. Thus they enclosed the Benjamites round about and chased them and trode them down with ease over against Gibeah toward the sun rising. So there was nowhere left for them to run. So they chased them, they closed in on them, and they relentlessly slew them. And there fell of Benjamin 18,000 men. All these were men of valor, so they were mighty warriors. And they turned and fled toward the wilderness onto the rock of Rimmon. And they gleaned of them in the highways 5,000 men. That gleaned meaning that they slew them, right? It's just another way of saying that. It's kind of like when it talks about people gleaning grapes from the tree from the harvest. That's like what's left, right? So as they slew the majority of them, those that were trying to flee by the highway, the few that try to, as it says, 5,000 men that try to go by that way, they caught them and they slew them too, and pursued hard after them on to Gidom, and slew 2,000 men of them. So that all which fell that day of Benjamin were 25,000 men that drew the sword. All these were men of valor. But 600 men turned and fled to the wilderness onto the rock Rimmon, and abode in the rock Rimmon 4 months. So they found a cave somewhere and they hid in that area. And the men of Israel turned again upon the children of Benjamin. So after chasing them, they slew the 5,000. They chased them further to Gidom, slew 2,000, but about 600 got away. And so then they turned back to the remaining ones, as it says of Benjamin, and smote them with the edge of the sword, as well the men of every city as the beast, and all that came to hand. Also they set on fire all the cities that they came to. So all those in the cities in the territory of Benjamin, they basically Israel went in there and they slew them and set their cities on fire. And that's how the civil war caused by this wicked act of the sons of Belial and Benjamin transpired. And that brings us to the end of the book of Judges, the 20th chapter. Lord willing, this was edifying to the elect. In closing, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rechah Kudash. And until next time, Shalom.